Cerulean.
All right, guys. Hey, let's get down to it. You guys ever heard of cerulean? Heath is trying to convince me that that's really a color. I thought it was a ranking in the Roman army or something like that. All right. Listen, here's the stock idea for you. QLogic. The stock symbol is QLGC. It's one of these old survivor names, but you can see from the chart it's been doing pretty well. Now, here's the thing. A nice string of earnings beat. In the last 4 quarters, they beat the street by 9, 5, 14, and did more recently 24%. Fiscal year 16 earnings keep edging higher and higher. They do adapters, switches, fiber channel stuff. In fact, in fiber channel, they absolutely dominate market share. That means they're going to have a great position as these storages grow, SSD and some of these other things. My only knock on it would be I'm worried about the margins a little bit. The street, though, understands where the margins are right now. The companies explain that their Ethernet sales have lower margins. That will be the case for a little while. But if you look beyond that, this is an oversold stock, despite the chart that we showed you. OEM deals with Cisco, Dell, EMC, Hitachi, Hewlett Packard, IBM, Lenovo, all the big names in there. So I'm looking for this stock to break out. I think initially you have room to 16. I think it probably can go up to $18. All right, Matt, what do you make of this one?
When I first looked at this, the chart's fantastic. Technically speaking, it's a swing trade for me up to 18. But fundamentally, even though the P is 12 looking forward, you look at earnings growth, about 15% this year. Next year, only about 5%. So decelerating growth, that concerns me. If those earnings estimates can bump up, I'd stick with it. But it's more of a trade.
Can you make allowances if management, sets it up the right way? Because I'm a margins guy. When I see margins go this way, I know stocks can go that way. In this case, margins aren't going that way. Every other part of the business looks good. Would you make allowances for something like that?
I would. I think you highlighted a couple of things. The industry leader fact, I think, is really key. You mentioned the key partners. I was talking about IBM, Dell, we had Cisco. And the one thing you didn't mention, which they don't love, but I will tell you, $100 million buyback program just announced. So over the next year and a half or so, they're going to be actually buying back stocks. I think that's a good catalyst for them.
Buybacks.
I know you don't like
that does kind of work these days. Hey, no, listen, I'm riding a wave too. I do feel it's a little unseemly. All right, guys.